Just hanging up a few decorations here for Christmas. Christmas special time. I was City Santa Claus for the city and for DeGraff's for 22 years. I didn't keep records or track of it, but they tell me 2,200 hours I gave to the city for free being Santa over those years. Now, it wasn't just Santa to the kids. If I saw older people, I'd go up and I would talk to them. And they'd say, "Oh, don't talk to us, be Santa for the kids." And I said, we're all children of God. And so I would always give the older people candy canes too. And if a kid was sick, I went to the hospital and I was Santa there for him too. But be that as it may, I have a lot of people that drift in and come back that grew up here, and they'll say what a wonderful place McCook is and how safe it is here. They try to say that, well, it's the police force that keeps us safe. And sometimes they'll even give me a little credit. They'll say, well, Mr. Bill, you're on the street all the time. You're watching the kids. And that's true. I do watch them. I've been a sheepdog here for 28 years on the streets year-round and selling snow cones for a quarter. Be that as it may, though, I don't take any credit. And the police shouldn't take any credit either, because the number one thing that keeps these kids and our community safe are the mothers of this community. And before you say, why not the fathers? I don't see them as much around the candy truck and in my life, but I see the mothers. And over the last 28 years, I've had mothers come up to my candy truck and needing to get to the change so that they can pay the quarter or whatever for their snow cone for their kids. They will empty out what they have in the purse to get to the change at the bottom of the purse. And they will quite often pull out a handgun and lay it on the counter, a loaded handgun. Don't think a thing about it. Might be a 357 Magnum revolver. It might be a 9mm Glock and any combinations therein. And not just a few. Over the last 28 years, I bet 100 handguns have been laid on my counter by different moms, not just one, all different kinds, all different sizes, including different races. Pull out their handgun without a second thought of it when they're getting their change out of their purse. First off, they trust me not to say anything because they had concealed weapon, let's face it. I saw nothing because I think they have the right to protect their children and their families and themselves. And a woman with a handgun can do that. Be that as it may, the strangest firearm I ever saw a woman pull out, though, was a little Derringer. Now, why was it so strange? It was a little bitty thing, but it had 4 barrels. And I'd never seen a 4-barrel Derringer before. And I said, when you pull the trigger, do all 4 barrels go off? And she said no, and she opened it up. Of course, it was loaded, but the firing pin, you could see that firing pin, every time she'd cock it back and fire it, it would rotate to the next cylinder, or to the next barrel. And so she would theoretically have 4 shots before she'd be out of ammunition, or out of, not able to shoot anymore. 4 shots. And I said, well, at 22, with a 1-inch barrel, you got to be pretty close. And she said, about 10 feet. She wouldn't want to shoot much further than that. But she said, if somebody's more than 10 feet away, they're not going to be attacking me. And I thought that was a lot of wisdom there. Plus, she said, I've got it loaded with birdshot. And she said, I'm not going to shoot him in the chest. I'm going to shoot him in the face. And I said, you'll blind them real quick doing that. And she said, a blind man ain't going to rape me or hurt my kids. A blind man ain't going to hurt my kids or rape me. And I thought, now there's a smart woman. And if that doesn't put the fear of God in the bad people and in the crazies of this world, nothing else would. Because no cop and no Mr. Bill can put the fear of God in those kind of people better than a mom with a gun. And this community is honored and proud to have those mommies there and armed. Rate this film and you have a good Christmas.